of movement framework that translates those ancient principles into real-world walking technique. In this video, I'll guide you through each of the 10 principles, one by one, and show you how they can transform your walk. By the end, you won't just understand these principles, you'll feel them in your body every time you take a step.
The first essential principle is lightly float up the head, as if it is suspended by a string, and that string is attached to a helium balloon that is continuously floating upward, helping to elongate the spine from the crown of the head all the way down to the ground. Adhering to this principle is not only critical for good posture when you're standing, walking, or sitting, it's also great for your confidence, because when you elongate that spine and have your body in a continuous state of upright posture, it's going to make you look more confident and it's going to make you feel more confident. If you let yourself slouch down, that is not only going to affect the way you look, but it's going to start to affect your mood, and you're going to feel like you're slouched. So how can you follow this principle continuously? It is a matter of habit that you will have to develop. What you want to feel is like a string pulling up from the top of your head and elongating every level of your spine from the neck all the way down to your pelvis. And it should create a very free and loose feeling in your legs. What you'll notice with a few different posture problems, if you have a slouch and head forward posture, now there's no energy going straight up. We have a curve going backward and then a little C shape going down to the spine. Nothing is going upward, so there's no connection between the ground and the sky. That should be a continuous flow of energy up and down if we're standing correctly. That is completely broken with the slouching head forward posture. This flow of energy is also going to be blocked when people stand with an anterior pelvic tilt. With a normal posture, our pelvis should be in a neutral position. So if it was a bowl of water, you are not tipping water out the front of the bowl or the back of the bowl. An anterior pelvic tilt is when you are tipping forward and pouring water out of the front of the bowl. And this could occur with a stooped posture, which people have often when they get older. But for younger people, often more commonly younger women, they will compensate for that by locking the knees out and extending from the glutes and creating an exaggerated arch in the lumbar spine. And the shoulders and upper back will be pulled backward, and the pelvis will be tipped forward, and you'll be pulling up on the lower back. So there's no continuous flow of energy directly down from above to the ground. It's going to be broken when it gets to the shoulders that are now energetically pulling backward. When we keep the elongated posture of the spine, head lightly floating up, as you move, the key is not to think that you have to lean forward to have gravity cause you to move forward. A lot of people, and you'll even see videos telling you to do this, a lot of people think they have to begin to lean forward and then gravity will get them to start to walk. Once you have even the slightest intention of leaning forward, you're now breaking the principle and you're disrupting that energy connection through your spine. And then once you land, you're never going to regain that energetic flow. So in order to do that, we have to think about movement differently, not in terms of moving forward, or leaning forward, we have to think about rotation. We rotate on one side and then we rotate on the other side. And the rotation is a combination of our waist actions and our hip actions. And the combined result of the rotation of the upper waist and the lower waist and the hips creates forward movement. Or it will create backward movement. Or it will create circular movement. However we want to move, we think in circles, not in lines.